How's it going, guys? It's Root Junkie here. In today's video, I figured we'd do another app review, and I haven't done anything in a while on any root applications, so this is going to be device controls, and this just allows you to really get down to the nitty-gritty and control so many things on your Android device. So we're going to go ahead and open up the application once it's installed. First thing you got to do is grant root access to it, which I've already done. You can see the pop-up down below. Then you have some welcome information, community. You can read through this and check it out if you're interested. Then you're going to come here to this little button and you're going to check out some information here. So the first thing you can see is it identifies my device, HTC 10, Android 6.0.1. You have your 64-bit processor. And then you can go into settings here and you can turn on a dark theme if you like to adjust that. You have advanced expert mode down here at the bottom and some other quick little toggles you can turn on and off as you prefer. The dark theme looks pretty cool. I'll switch over to it really quickly just so you can see the difference. But I actually personally prefer the light theme, so we're going to go back to that. And then basically you have different sections here. So the first section is information. So this is just tons and tons of information about your own device. So the first thing you can go in is to general, and you can see it's Android versions, build dates, art types, versions, Android IDs, manufacturer code names, model numbers. So things about your CPU, different architecture things, GPU, sensors. It's just very, very full of good information. The next one you have is hardware. Hardware is going to give you things like your fingerprint sensor and GPS. You have software. So you can see some different software information about your device. You have performance. So now here's where you can see your CPU information and what it's doing. Times and just tons and tons of stuff. So that's the information view right there, which is nice and very convenient. Next you go to controls, and this is where you can actually tweak things and change what's functioning. So here we got device, and this is just a couple different things about your backlights for your keys for this specific device. The thing that's kind of neat about this is basically there's tons of tweaks. But if the tweaks don't function on your device, they just don't show them. That's why it identifies the device first. So we have kernel features. You can click on them, and so you can get in here and change, read wake up thresholds and write wake up thresholds. And I mean, it's just like, if you're into like kernel tweaking, this thing is insane. Power saving, controls. So just a whole bunch in here under device. Then we go into processors, and here you can see currently what your processor is doing. So these are the 4 cores that I have. It looks like 2 of them go up to 1593 megahertz, and the other 2 cores go to 2150 megahertz. Right here is kind of cool, so you can limit your cores and how they function. So you can set your max frequencies, and then you can set your min frequencies. Now this, if you don't lock these frequencies, they'll just keep reverting back, so these settings don't do nothing but until you lock them. The thing that's kind of nice about this is if you want to work on power saving and you don't care about high performance for gaming, you can actually just come in here and lock your max frequency down. The device will probably function a little bit slower, probably not too much though, honestly, and you'll save a lot on battery. So it's kind of neat, but just make sure you hit the lock frequency button or else that ain't gonna work. Then you have governors and your governor's tuners, so you can pick the governor you like, and it just has the device responds differently based on the governor to interactions. So the other thing you can do is you can go in here, you can fine tune a governor, and you can change all this stuff. I don't even know what half this stuff means, but if you're into it, this can do it. Good thing to do is actually Google search your different governors, and you can get information about them. And then you can lock the governor as well once you get it set up how you like it. Alright, so besides that we have graphics. This is your GPU. Same concept here is you can go ahead and look at your min-max and your governors, and you can set all of those as well to whatever you prefer. Yeah, min-max is already kind of defaulted out. This is the governor in here, and there's just all kinds of them. So you can try to fine-tune that performance as well. Here's your I/O scheduler, and you can also configure it. And you have your read ahead. This used to be called SD card boost. There's an app for it. It's the same concept, so you can pick your read ahead. I think mine was technically 256. I went up to 1024. You could go up to 2. You could even go up to this. This just helps with just things as it's writing. So it kind of just shoots ahead a little bit, so it'll do it a little faster. Then you can even look at your thermal controls. You can even turn it off where if your device starts getting too warm, it just lets it keep getting warmer. Because you don't want to throttle your processor while you're gaming because you want full performance. You can do that. You can kind of play with these things. So pretty neat. And then, so this is really important here. So boot up restoration. So every time your device boots, currently, it's going to restore the default settings even after you do all your fun tweaking and you get it just how you want it. So this is really nice. So we can do a couple of things. We can do a reapply on boot. So I would not use this until you get your settings set up where you really can function them and they all work really well. The best thing to do, just to save yourself, is to do this one, automatic restoration, and then you set a delay. So if you change something and it makes your phone function funky or crash, you don't want it to like not work. So I would do automatic restoration and then I'd set a delay and I'd do like a minute. So you could open this app really quickly and go ahead and turn something off if you mess it up because you put the wrong setting. Then you got boot items. So this is kind of cool. So in here you can pick what's going to actually happen. So you can see on here under extras I have my read-writes, my read-aheads right here for that 2048. They're turned on. So that's something that's going to be auto reapplied on a reboot. Also my CPUs are all going to do that. My CPU min frequencies are going to do that. So it's kind of nice. It's a neat setup. This is really good information right here. App Manager is just basically looking at system apps, user apps, and disabled apps, and you can click on an application and of course stop it and uninstall it. It's kind of standard, nothing too fancy there. Tasker is really cool. So I've actually gone ahead and I set it up so like right here you can add a task and hit next, and it's basically just screen on or screen off as your triggers. The ones I see in here, but if you go ahead and do them, let me see if I can get out of it here. I'll just do one for you. So screen off, I'm going to say file system, and I'm going to say my read ahead we're going to bring back down to 256 and then hit finish. And now you can see I can turn off, I can check that one on. Just let me get out of it. Oh, there it goes. So I can tack them on, and then I can check this one on, and you can see if my screen is off, my screen read ahead will go down. That's all. Or you can turn other things up and down. You have also flashing. I mean, this thing's just locked full of it. It's crazy. So here you can flash stuff. So you basically select the recovery you have installed, pre-installed. You can set backup, wipe, Delvet cache, and cache, and then you can click here and you can pick a zip you want to install. So maybe I want to install Super SU. You can click that. I'm just going to cancel though, and then you can actually, it will run a script that will boot up Torp Recovery, install whatever zip you want. So you can do that right from this interface. And then we also have more. So yeah, it just keeps going. So we have a build prop editor. We can click in here and we can change anything in our build prop for different custom tweaks that you want to do yourself. You have your sys CLT/VM editor. So your dirty ratio, dirty background ratio, just so on and so forth. If you want to get into all these tweaks, you can do that as well. There's also this wireless file manager, which is really cool. So you can set it up and you can access it from the web. From your computer, you can access your phone, even to the root of your phone. So that's pretty neat as well. So besides that, I mean, that's pretty much most of what we've got here. It's a pretty cool application. There's privacy and licensing. You can check that if you want to look at it. But this thing's very full-fledged. I mean, it's just got so much in it. So if you guys want to really tweak your device out hardcore, definitely an application to check out. It's got a lot going for it, and I'm actually really liking it. I'm going to play with it some more and probably do some more customization, see if I can get some more battery life out of this bad boy, and even some more performance as well, actually, while I've got it screen on. So hope you guys liked the video. Stay tuned for more here, more app reviews, and everything that I do, FRP bypasses, tutorials, and so forth. and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Root Junkie out.